Turn 71. Our heir is tutorable. We want him to be politics, yes. We are not going to take freedom. Sorry. Unfortunately, it's going to take them down into negative territory, but fortunately we have family gifts on the way. Our ambassador can... wouldn't mind the religious opinion. It'll get Judaism close to super friendly, and like that culture is not impactful. Let's grab the religious opinion. And also, importantly, gets Babylonian paganism, which I have in 4 cities above, so I stop incrementing discontent there. Our raiders are we're getting raided. Shock. Really? Not quite enough. The reason this is stronger is because we're in borders. So this is an example of the strength of the Hunter Sentinel promotion. These guys have Sentinel, which gives them 20% strength in friendly borders. It's also their territory. And it's a friendly family, so just lots of damage there. Similarly here, lots of damage. I don't think I can kill off either of these. I can just move closer to this one and deal damage there. And then we'll finish that one off. Alright. Next turn. We do want to tutor our son, so we only have one tutor choice, Araba, so that's our only choice. We've got raiders up here. I'm going to pull this back and heal as well. That can continue soft healing. I think that's it for military moves that I want to make. Filthy's army is terrifyingly large. Although he is now at war with our friends the Numidians, which hopefully they will do some damage. I might be able to do a combined attack with our Numidian friends. Looks like he's gotten this city site. I think I do want to get out of here so I can get vision there. Hopefully I'll have orders left, but let's remember that scout move. Finished a bunch of racks. Trained our disciple. Oh, and one thing, I think I have something for this unit to do. So I was randomly looking at the events browser, and it turns out there's an event for the amphitheater that can give you forestry. I'm not sure what the chances are of it happening, but definitely want to do that, I think. And since I built the Shrine of Nabu here, I want to actually build the amphitheater next to it to get an extra civics in this city. So I'm going to put the amphitheater here. I know it's 90 stone, which is a lot, but I think it's worth it, because if I can get forestry now, that would be incredible and solve so many of my resource issues. Not sure how often that event procs, but it's worth a shot. And that city is particularly well suited, and that worker's kind of been doing nothing for a long time. And it's got the shrine that gives you civics for adjacency to Odeon units. Had I really been maxing, I would have been maxing. I probably would have put it on the shrine on a border here, and then surrounded it with Odeons from Odeon class buildings from 2 cities. But I did not foresee that as much. And props to Frederick for mentioning that Odeon strategy and mentioning the shrine. I didn't actually realize that Babylon and Greece have slightly different shrines. The Babylonian shrine gives adjacency to... gives adjacent civic per year adjacency to Odeon, where the Greek shrine, which is very similar, gives adjacency for adjacent courthouse. So didn't realize that difference, and also didn't know about the city adjacency trick. Definitely will use that in a future Babylon game. Similarly here, I probably should have placed this shrine maybe here, so I could have built wonders that require city proximity. Anyway, back to our workers. I don't think it's worth going Odeon here. we don't have 6 laws, so we can't build Citadel. My priority workers down here are going to be these. I think I want to build a specialist here, or here, somewhere to grab these tiles. Either specialist is fine, probably that one, because when I finish that forum. I could assign a governor here. She seems pretty good. Is that the best? Let's just see. Sort by production. Nope, Nippur probably should have a governor, just a stronger city overall. We'll put her there. I always like assigning governors to my stronger cities first. And I sort of evaluate city strength by, I guess, production. You could also go by culture. Either way, Nippur is winning out of the artisan cities. So we can also assign here, I think, Nabonius to Erdu, which would be pretty good. Pretty young. Always good to get governors up young, so that way they can upgrade. And then, do we have anyone we can assign? He's pretty awesome. He's warlike. Into a hunter city. So Bursipa, probably a good option there. Let's assign him. We have a lot of civics to burn here, but getting those governors up and running, and he's going to be great here, especially as Bursipa gets online. He's got some good civics too to help that out. Governor management is one of those things that small, but it adds up a lot, and it's a significant increase to your power. And we can add a road here, and then that city's fully connected. I do want to do something with this. I think I would like to get Temple of Solomon. I don't have the stone because I started that amphitheater, so this missionary will just chill, or this disciple. We've got our trade dudes. All right, so here we have, I think we can safely start a stronghold here, except for we also don't have stone, so that will be a future move. I'm going to go ahead and move this scout here, I think, because I just want better vision. What's going on in this hill gives me pretty good vision of what's going on in there. Don't think I want to do an agent network. I don't have the econ to support it. Patriarchs can influence people, convert people that costs civics, and intercede with people who follow my religion, anyone who I care about opinion-wise. The governor of Pylos might be an option. Our queen, or not our queen, that's the Nubidian queen. And then Kish. So we could intercede here for 150 gold. And the governor of, wait, that's the governor of Pella? That's the Greek governor. He apparently, Greek governor, who apparently is following my religion. That's cool. All right, is there anyone I want to influence? I don't think so. Maybe the Chaldeans. Yeah, I'm not getting that family friendly, or getting my spy master that family opinion charisma bonus, or what it was, one of those religious opinion bonuses, I think, from my where's this coming from? This is coming from anyway, we'll finish that up next turn. And hopefully that'll be it for raids, because the Babylonians, or the Numidians, love us. We have a bunch of workers here to use. I don't really see anything to do with this one. I could trade, build some stones, quarries here. I feel like I'm actually going to need more hills than anything else. Because macemen are going to take a lot of iron. We never upgraded this guy. Let's upgrade him now. We can build this horse. Okay, trying to find a chop here. Chop. And then build that. Go over here. Chop. And then we're out of orders and out of training. So we can start that next turn. This, we can start that stronghold next turn. We'll want to start garrisons here once these guys finish. Our scout is in position, so we won't need to move it again. Got decent vision. We upgraded that. We're healing that. We're dealing with this raid. That raid is not a big issue. Do need to start producing more units at some point. I think again, max production cities. I think the rule of thumb is produce where you have the best production. Everywhere else, build specialists to get your production up better. And if you don't have citizens for specialists, then build things like forums that improve production for those specialists. So Babylon will probably swap over to building a maceman next turn. We should have the steel income for that. Right. Pretty good first turn. Or not first turn, but pretty good 71st turn. I'm curious when we're actually going to go to war. My personal timing is probably swordsman and tier 2. So 6 laws and swordsman. Once I get my second tier unit and I have swordsman that I can push with, upgraded from my maceman, I'm pretty confident I can take out that city with the Sumerian archers and my swordsman. Really curious to see whether I'll get that event from that amphitheater. And yeah, we've got a bunch of priorities here. Stone-wise, I think our first priority is probably going to be get stronghold and garrison up. Could also make a case for starting the Temple of Solomon maybe. Next turn we will not quite have enough. So I think the garrisons for the additional orders and strongholds for the additional orders are more important. And we just need a couple more left here. And we'll want to build a barracks here, so yeah. So this will eventually be built. Probably did not need to rush it out, but could spread it somewhere. We could establish mythology. We could establish a theology. And maybe it's worth doing that. Because that, I mean, let's think. If I'm prioritizing stone over these, I don't think it's worth spreading because that consumes the unit, but this at least ups the probability of it spreading. I'm not going to be building for a while. I can always rush out another one if I want to, or just build it over 3 turns. Also an option. I like, out of these, originally I liked mythology a lot because I liked the culture from Shrine. Veneration is nice in the late game because the reduced rebel chance is additive, so if a family accidentally dips down into upset, you don't immediately get rebels if you have veneration everywhere. But lately I've been liking legalism, and my rationale here is it gives you an immediate bonus of 10% maintenance reduction in a city, and again that's additive, not percentage-wise. So if we look in at this city, you can see it has 65% maintenance. So that'll be a 6 gold reduction. And that can add up over your entire empire pretty quickly. If you have other maintenance reductions, that helps as well. And then whenever you do build monasteries, it'll give you 2 civics on the monastery. And civics, I've increasingly, as I've begun playing around more with specialists, I increasingly like civics, and you'll want to build monasteries everywhere. But given that this really has nothing to do except for build the Temple of Solomon, and then wait until I get Monotheism, which is going to be a long time. I still would like to build the Temple of Solomon. Maybe I start that next turn, just to get that out of the way, and then I'll use legalism. I think I'm talking myself into that. This was the right call, because I think I needed the stone, but let's prioritize this and maybe buy the stone to get this next turn. The Temple of Solomon will take 9 years to build. So given that it'll take 9 years to build, and given that I really want this thing to spread, maybe the best call right now is just to establish legalism. This is something I can do right away. It increases my spread chance, and it has immediate benefits. And I have other uses for the stone. And we can always hard build one of these later. This is an amazing growth city, so it's not going to be a problem. All right, let's do that. Maybe this will finally spread somewhere. So, yeah. All right, well, let's try that out and see how things go. Could also make the case for rushing out another one of these and hitting another theology. I do have a lot of civics, and getting dualism, or even in terms of spreading, just getting the spread chance, redemption is also an option. Now the counter argument to that is you're going to want your civics, I don't have the training for that, and you're going to want the civics for, and my civics income isn't that great. The counter argument is you're going to want your civics for something else. But I do have pyramids, and I'm not planning on rushing anything out with civics. It does feel really bad. Maybe I'm just not going to build this Akkadian archer. I don't think it even started, right? Yeah. How about we just build the Jewish disciple, and we build two. One to get dualism, which I think is the second tier theology I'm going to want, which is listed here. Right, our choices are dualism, which is 1 science per religion. That nicely stacks to the Babylon bonus, and 1 discontent for the temple. Gnosticism, which is +2 civics per archive, if I end up building archives, which I probably won't. Or, and this one's tempting, Revelation. Doesn't have any immediate benefits, gives you an extra half order when temple, but does increase 25% spread chance. Actually probably leaning Revelation this game, just because my spread has been so terrible. So let's do that. We'll get Revelation with this. I don't think it's worth spamming right now. And then the second one will build a that'll also let me build an Akkadian archer here, I think. Yeah. So this will be a hunter one, so I like that strategy. I don't have that much wood, so let's do that. And I don't want to rush it because that's a ton of civics. Rushing it with training was fine because I have good training income. Maybe I'll rush the second one. All right, let's end turn.